How's it going, everybody? We are back with episode 2 of our Chicago Cubs franchise, our rebuild, our retooling here on OOTP 23. And before we start, just want to change a few options that I forgot to change in the first episode. So I'm going to leave scouting accuracy on normal. Where is the option that I wanted to change? Some people like to play it with accuracy at 100%, just because it's more like real life with all the information you have. But I'm fine with normal and just acquiring a better scout in the off season and kind of dealing with. So there's the settings. Dealing with some of the unknown going forward into this first trade deadline and draft. So injuries, something people change to high pretty commonly. I'm going to keep it on normal for now. Just because I find that normal you still get a good amount of injuries unless you've got an amazing staff, which we don't have yet. So if that point comes, I'll probably raise it to high, but for now we're going to keep it on normal. Not going to hide injury rating. Doesn't really make sense to me. And then this is a big one, so trading difficulty. So if we go, let's do a little sample here. So we're going to be realistic no matter what. I'm not going to accept any crazy trades they give us. But who can I... who would be somebody that really doesn't have any value that we could kind of test what they would get? I'm not going to say Andrelton Simmons doesn't have any value, but if we look at his stats here, below replacement level since 2018. You know he's got the glove, but what would it say? Okay, no team offers a trade, so that's not a good example. What about Stroman? What does it give us for Stroman here? Okay, so I mean, there's some pretty terrible examples from what I'm trying to get across here. What could we... So there's a 4-star, 3.5-star potential guy. I don't think the Orioles would make this trade. Ryan Mountcastle for Nico. Don't think the Red Sox are going to trade Xander Bogaerts. So this is what I mean. Yeah, I mean, there's just opportunity to take advantage of the trading system if we leave it on normal, and I'm just going to remove these temptations of these deals. You know, like Nicky Lopez is up here. I'm just going to change that setting up to almost hard. Not quite hard, almost hard. So we'll go back to Nico, and we'll see what we get now. See if it's any better. Much better. So those younger prospects with high potential are gone. Cespedes is no longer offered by the White Sox. Here's actually Nick Senzel, which is somebody a commenter mentioned. Appreciate you. Which we might keep an eye on him. Our scouting accuracy is low right now, but I'm sure his value is not going to be that high, just based off how he's performed in the major leagues. So we'll keep an eye on him out in center field. So yeah, we're going to raise that setting up, keep injuries on normal. And then the other thing I didn't really cover is our minor league system. That's not where I wanted to go. I want to take us to minor league system rankings. So currently we're ranked 23rd. Our top prospect is Brennan Davis. We've also got Caleb Killian and Pete Crow Armstrong. That's a S-grade name out of Pete. Wow, look at that defense. Okay. Not familiar with Pete. I am familiar with Brennan Davis, and I'm not a huge fan, honestly. I don't love low contact, low avoid Ks players in OOTP, but we're going to give him a chance. We're not going to trade him away. without giving him a chance here either this year or next year in the majors, and we'll see what he turns into. So, with that being said, does Julio start on the Mariners roster? It looks like he does start opening day. So with that being said, final things before we jump into our first games. I made Kyle Hendricks our opening day starter. Which actually, let me take a look at our schedule. Okay, yeah, so we open the season at home. I think it makes sense to have Kyle out there. I was going to say we could try to save him for the home opener, but I'd rather have Kyle Hendricks as our opening day starter than Marcus Stroman. I think he's earned that. And then lineups, I set him up as follows. I threw Nick Madrigal to second base as he was listed as DH because I want to give VR at bats and also sub Yan Gomes into some DH at bats. I believe it's they're rotating every fourth game because he is expecting a starting lineup spot and so is VR. Yeah. Clint Frazier, fine with being a bench player. Hermosillo, also a bench player. So I like what we got right now. We'll throw Clint Frazier, backup left fielder. I'm going to try to get him some at-bats, but I'm not sure how many we can get for him until we get some injuries going or something like that. But I think we are ready. We can take a quick look at our preseason predictions and then start getting through some games here. And our owner goals as well. So here are our owner goals. Play close to 500 ball. I think we're going to be able to do that in a division with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. It's going to be a good amount of wins just with those teams. So I think we'll be okay. Re-sign Wilson Contreras. Okay. I mean, it would be nice if he had a kind of captain personality. I feel like maybe he does actually because I have personality filter not showing. So maybe he does. But we could definitely look into re-signing him and then reach the playoffs in the next 4 seasons, which is something I think we are going to be capable of. Top 100 prospects, and so we don't have the preseason predictions, do we? Okay, here we go. So, our rival White Sox projected to finish in first place, close behind are the Tigers and Twins. That's interesting. Guardians actually in last. And we are a third place prediction, 78 and 84. That's actually better than I would have predicted. Any top hitters or pitchers for us? Patrick Wisdom. Wow, okay. I would be happy with that. So I think we're ready for opening day. The Cubs actually beat the Pirates 21-0 today, I saw, which was making me a little bit tempted to wait till tomorrow and then do a start today tomorrow and get those stats filtered in, but we'll do it our own way. We don't need those boosted stats for, I think Nico went 4 for 5, Suzuki another amazing game. We'll see what our boys can do in just the sim. So I'm somebody who doesn't really watch the games. I just I usually take it a day at a time and then take a look at the box score. For the sake of time, I'll probably sim just like next week, 1 week at a time, and take a look at our stats that way. But for opening day, just going to do a quick little sim, and we lost 9-3, so we could take a quick overview. Poor start for the Chicago Cubs. I agree. 9-3 isn't the greatest. Kyle Hendricks, 4 innings. Not a great showing from our bullpen. Suzuki 0 for 4. Frank Schwindel with a nice game. Schwindel, it might be. I told you guys I gotta go practice these names before the Cubs fans come for me. 0 for 3, Wilson Contreras with 3 Ks. So we're going to keep it going. I'll probably take it one at a time for these first 10 games just to see how things are going. Man, Suzuki 0 for 3. I was hoping he would get to a hot start just because of how I think these sims treat the Japanese imports. A strong start from Stroman, though, the opposite of real life. So we will take that. 7 2/3, just 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 earned run, which looks like it was off a Colton Wong double. Yep, Colton Wong double in the 8th before he got pulled. And we got our Schwindel home run, a Wisdom home run. So the journeyman, the minor league journeyman coming through for us. Suzuki 0 for 3, man. I want him to get that first hit. That's the first person I'm looking for here. So another win. Good performance all around. Home runs from 4 different guys. 2 of the guys here, which aren't everyday players. We got them subbed in there, which is nice to see. A nice start from Justin Steele, which is our youngest pitcher. Really nice ratings from him. The control, I would like to improve, but we'll see how he pans out. And a 2-2 loss, and we've got some injury list decisions to make there. So this was Caleb Killian, my bad, which is our second top prospect in our rotation to start the year, and it was a good start for him. So I'm fine with that first homestand. 2 for 2. Okay, so there's an injury. We've got Nick Madrigal going to the 15-day IL. And then we had somebody able to come off, I thought. David Robertson? Oh, David Robertson got hurt. Okay. So I'm going to leave Robertson off the IL. We'll just not play him as he's injured here. And we've got our first kind of decision. So we've got Madrigal on the IL. I think I will just sub in, switch VR to second base here. Really good defensively second baseman. Ratings down from past years, but he's a decent defensive second baseman. And that'll open up our DH slot. And I'm going to throw Clint in there. I'm going to give Clint some at-bats. I want to see what he's capable of. I'll throw him in the 9 spot. I hope he's okay with that. And I'm just going to go copy lineup. Base lineup. And I'll also... I'm going to call up an older arm. Mark Leader Jr., that's cool. Just for an extra arm in the pen while Robertson is injured here. We'll keep it going. First game against Pittsburgh, extra inning game. I wanted to say overtime. I just watched the NBA playoffs. So Schwindel off to a good start. Suzuki finally gets some hits. And a decent start from Smiley. Okay, so they're playing David Robertson. I hate when an OOTP makes me do this, when they can't just let the injured guy sit. So that might be, well, we won the game, but it might be my fault that it went that long. So we'll get him on the IL. We'll keep it going here. Another extra innings win, as we probably extended David Robertson's injury there. But it's looking good for us. I'm really happy with the offense so far. Everybody's hitting that I had doubts about. Patrick Wisdom and Schwindel. I feel like it's either Schwindel or Schwindel. And I'm alternating here. So yeah, we'll keep it going. Road trip at Coors. We expect some offense. Wow, okay. This guy, Braylon Marquez, every time I see him he might need some more time at AAA. Wow, 68 ERA and now 32. just to get that control going, because that is not the best control, 16 walks per 9. But he's got amazing stuff, it looks like. So we'll keep an eye on him. Alec Mills, a bit of a setback. He started the season on the IL. And there we are, through 10 games. Marquez, okay, 4 Ks, 5 batters faced, and he gets the win. So I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger too soon there. Suzuki, his second home run. He's been picking it up. And now what I'm going to do is that we're through 10 games. I think I'm just going to go next week. Try to get us through April here. So Alec Mills ready to come off the DL. That is going to open up a spot in our rotation unless I want to... I'm going to give... I like the second lefty in our rotation. I'm going to put Mills as a long relief guy. We'll move Craig Brooks to middle relief. Yep. Coming off a win against Tampa Bay. I just like looking at box scores, guys. I'll be honest. Dixon Machado. All right. So we'll keep things moving. Deal with these injuries as they come up. Caleb Killian. Throw him on the injured list just so they don't throw him back out there. And this is where we can slide Alec Mills in. I don't think we need... Okay, we might need to call up an extra arm, actually. Because our arms are tired. I think Daniel Norris will be a good option here. Some big league experience. And I'll throw him middle relief. And while Robertson is out, we will... I'll leave that second setup spot open because he's coming back soon. So I'd like to try to get us through the end of April here without too much changes so I can see what we're looking like. Madrigal ready to come off the IL. So what we're going to have to do is send a bullpen arm down. I'm impressed with Holder since we called him up. Mark Leader Jr. Hopefully you got some options. Okay. So we're going to bring Madrigal off of the injured list and fix our lineups again. Where are you at, Jonathan VR? How did our boy Clint do in that limited time? Not bad. But I do need to speed things up because this is going to be a long episode for very little games if I don't pick it up here. David Robertson, ready to come off the IL. And that means I might have to send down Jonathan Holder, who is doing okay. I think Braylon's recovered enough to... He's only at 6 walks now. Down to 6 walks per 9. But man, and we're going to lose 2 more roster spots on May 1st here as the active roster drops down to 26 players. So either way, I'm going to have to make some tough decisions. I think Daniel Norris, if he's got options, yeah, he'll be okay with going back and forth this year. And we'll get David Robertson back as our setup man. And we'll keep it moving these next couple days until we've got to send 2 more down. Roster expansion ends. Yep, okay. So, man, that Hayward contract's killing me. It's got to be 1 pitcher and 1 hitter. I like Dixon Machado a lot. If you look at these defensive ratings, he's going to be good for us. He can't hit, but he's going to be good for us defensively, backing everybody up. And I like Hermosillo. And yeah, just really good ratings for a backup outfielder. utility man. And really that leaves Clint Frazier. I'm sorry, Clint, but I'm going to send you down to AAA. Hopefully we can find you some more opportunities going forward here. And then that pitcher, everybody's kind of performing well. I mean, the obvious choice here would be Braylon Marquez. But I think at this point we got to give him some more time to figure it out, or it's just going to be a confidence killer. So I'm going to send Holder back to AAA. And that's going to be our 26 guys going forward here. Ian Happ out for a week. Yeah, so I'm getting killed with injuries here on just the normal injury setting. And that's going to be our chance for Clint Frazier to come back up. Uh-oh, Brendan Davis. 2 weeks. Okay, not that bad. And I'm not too concerned with winning, as much as weird as that sounds right now. So I'm going to let Clint hit in the 4 spot. Not that he's going to kill us there, but I'll save us some work. So here's another decision that might end up in our first trade. It's Andrelton Simmons ready to come off the IL. Obviously, 4-time Gold Glove winner. Amazing guy defensively, and he'll always put the ball in play for us. But we've already got ground ball hitters on our middle infielder that are okay defensively. We've got Madrigal, we've got Horner, we've got VR, and we've got Dixon Machado as our backup. I'm not really sure what the Cubs had in mind with this signing. Maybe switching Madrigal to third or something. I'm not really sure. But it's a 1-year signing. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to look to move Andrelton Simmons with our first trade here. If anybody even offers anything. Last time we shopped him, there was nothing. But yeah, I think that was because he was on the IL. So let's take a look. Nearly as hard of a difficulty as we can get with this trade finder. And yeah, that seems about right because these offers are not amazing. Some big contracts they're trying to unload onto us. Yeah. Really our needs right now are just prospects. Yeah, I mean, what I will do right now is throw Andrelton into a rehab assignment in the minors. That'll buy us 20 days on that decision, and we'll see what happens here. First game against the White Sox this year, and we lose in extras. We're putting up some big numbers offensively, but we're giving up a lot of runs from what I've seen so far. I think what we'll do is take it to about May 15th, and then if we've got to make any decisions, we'll do it then. Craig Brooks starting to struggle. I'm going to send you down, Craig Brooks, so we can bring our young starting pitching prospect off the IL. Throw him in for Alec Mills, who is going to be our long relief guy again. Okay. And here's Wade Miley. Cubs starting the season with a lot of guys on the IL. A $10 million Wade Miley. Okay. Had a great season last year, so I guess that makes sense. But do we have room for Wade Miley? Justin Steele struggling. Man, oh man. Wow. I'm going to give Wade Miley that Andrelton Simmons treatment and tell him to take a rehab assignment for us. 30 days for pitchers, so we've got some time. And a walk-off win yesterday against the Dodgers at home. Nick Madrigal. Don't want to spoil myself too much on stats here until the 15th. Another win versus the Dodgers. And we've got a PM from Yan Gomes. So this is a problem that I did foresee, which is him wanting to be in the starting lineup. So we'll take it to the 15th and we'll take a look at our boy Yan Gomes here. Okay, so May 16th we're sitting at 14-20. Not bad. Madrigal's hitting about what we expect. Not a guy that's going to walk, but singles hitter. Suzuki, an okay start. I'm fine with that. Good splits. Schwindel. I'm going to call him Frank. Our guy Frank's hitting well. He's not going to walk, but he's doing okay. Clint actually performing pretty well. Looks like that Ian Happ injury is going to give us some more insight into Clint, because I was kind of ready to give up on him, but we'll see. Patrick Wisdom, about what you would expect. I think he's going to be a 230, 290, 300 guy, or 290, 300 on base percentage. I don't think he's our long-term option at third. I think he's going to be our third baseman this year, and that's probably going to be it. I think he's kind of a quadruple A guy, where he's going to be an in-betweener. Hayward, yeah. Nico hitting well. He's walking, which is good. Wilson's struggling, but he is walking, and VR is struggling. So it makes sense for us to sub in Yan in that DH spot, I suppose. The rotation, not looking great. Our prospects doing well, but Stroman and Hendricks not off to the best start. Our bullpen, wow, okay. We've got some shining stars here with Michael Rucker and Michael Givens and the 38-year-old Jesse Chavez, but hopefully going to see these ERAs go down from our high leverage guys. Take a look here. We are 14th in on-base percentage, 13th in starters ERA, 13th in bullpen ERA. So, it's not a great start for us, but we're winning games. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and give that DH spot to Yan Gomes against right-handed pitchers, and let's take a look at VR's ratings. So he actually, he hits lefties better. So I'm going to leave VR in for left-handed hitters. And we'll kind of see if that pleases him here. Our IL. Don't think we've got anybody ready to come off just yet. 1 day for Ian Happ. Okay, so there's another decision we're going to have to make about Clint Frazier. Wow. Part of me just wants to cut Hayward and eat that $40 million, but I think there's a chance we might be able to offload him next year if we attach something. So we're going to wait a little bit, and I'm going to send Clint Frazier back down. Much as I don't want to, and we're going to get Ian Happ back in, because Ian Happ is one of the guys I'm most excited about on this team. So hopefully he can stay healthy. He's always been a guy who's kind of been in and out of the lineup, whether it's for injuries or just kind of a logjam. David Robertson out again. I'm telling you guys, this normal injury is no joke. It's buying up a lot of time here for us. We'll bring Mark Leader Jr. back up. And I'll give Michael Givens the setup spot right now because our high leverage guys are not doing great. Hopefully he could help out there. Kyle Hendricks out for 5 days, I think. Andrelton Simmons is ready. Okay. Man, I'm going to have to trade Andrelton. There's just nowhere I can put him. We might have to be creative with the deal here. We might... Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for something that would be realistic for a team to try to unload onto us as a big market team where we can take in money. And I'm going to look for a reward, although Lucius Fox is interesting here. But he's about the quality of player Dixon Machado is, so... Man. So, I'm going to get creative here. And I think I'm going to take on this David Price contract, $32 million. I think it makes sense for the Cubs to eat a contract this year based off of their $80 million difference between budget and player payroll. Yeah. I think it makes sense for us. We can still change the ticket price. That's interesting. We might have to do that to try and bring in some money here. So we're going to see if we can get another piece for taking on this Price contract. Because, yeah, you're only getting Andrelton Simmons. But that's a good backup for Trey Turner there in LA. But we can also get David Price for literally anybody. They're begging us to take that contract. Man, I'm going to have to go sort through. Andrelton here, huh? And he's not going to be on the active roster. Okay. I would not do this deal, says our assistant GM. The other side offers an overpaid veteran, which is very much true. Our available money is going to drop by $20 million. The question is, are the Dodgers okay with it? It doesn't make much sense for them to not just eat the Price contract because it's only 1 year, so they're not going to give us a second. They're not going to give us a blue chip prospect for doing this, but let's look for somebody that they can give us. Let's take a look at their AAA roster. See if we could find somebody that interests us. Tommy Kahnle's in AAA. Is that a rehab assignment? Yeah, okay. Man, the Dodgers are just loaded with Gavin Lux. They got him in AAA. It's going to be the final boss we're going to have to get through in this series every postseason if we make it. Is the Los Angeles Dodgers. Kevin PR. Chris Davis and Cespedes in... Wow, okay. That's funny. Jake Lamb, too. Tony Walters, the legend. I might cut here and come back when I've got a deal lined up. But I also might just kind of be happy with something like a... Would they throw in a Jacob Amaya? They will. Okay, so we've got some options here. They'll give us Amaya, who isn't really a prospect I want, but they'll give us a decent prospect. Somebody maybe a corner outfielder, Andy Pages as well. The contact isn't there, but a 6 WAR season in high A and great power. And with great power, hopefully comes good contact. Andy Pages. They will give us Andy Pages. Okay. I think this is a deal I'm going to go with. It makes sense. The Dodgers get Simmons to back up Trey Turner, who he's got some history with injuries. I think it makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and take this deal. Our first deal of the franchise. I think it makes us better. I think Andy Pages is a cool prospect to have. And I don't mind that deal at all. So let's see where our guys are. They're going to show up. I always thought when you trade for somebody, they show up under DFA, but I guess not. The trade wasn't accepted immediately. That makes sense. Okay. Which means we're going to have to find a spot for Andrelton for a day or two. Kyle Hendricks out 5 days. Trondell out 1 day. Oh, you're killing me, Andrelton. You're just absolutely killing me. We're going to throw Alec Mills on the deal. Sim a couple days here. Almost. You're killing me, Los Angeles. Make this work now. We could throw in kind of anybody. I think I'll throw in the 23-year-old. Just kind of a player to be named later in there. And the trade has been completed. Fan interest goes up a lot with the acquisition of David Price. I don't know why, but it does. I should respect David Price. It's a Hall of Famer, I believe. Let's take a look how much WAR we got, David. Maybe not a Hall of Famer. Huh. Maybe if we include the playoffs, he will be. So we're going to throw him in our rotation and throw... I'm going to keep David Price as a long reliever. Switch Braylon to middle relief. I want him to get a few more innings. And something else I'm going to do, since I noticed we are capable of doing it, I'm going to raise our ticket price a little bit since our interest is so high to $30. I think that's saved. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take us, since there's been so many injuries, I'm just going to take us to the end of May, and I think we'll end the episode there. Jesse Chavez heads to the IL. And I'm going to bring back, we're going to run out of options on some guys pretty soon here. With all these demotions. And we'll throw Daniel Norris in middle relief. As we appear to be 1-9 in our last 10 with that quick math. Jonathan VR wants out. So, man. All right, so I'm going to end the episode here, but first, we've got some decisions to think about before we come back. One of those being Hayward's going to the IL for a while. Hayward's a center fielder. We could call up Clint, throw him in left, Maybe push somebody else over to center. Give Clint some more at-bats. He's performing in AAA and he's performed in the majors so far. Or we can call up Rafael Ortega, who I think is a really good player, who I would love to give a shot. Yeah, I do like those ratings. It's very accurate scouting. Or our third option is Brendan Day. Okay, yeah, that's not. Never mind. I thought I read that he was hitting 339, not 239. We're going to keep Brennan in AAA for now. So the choice, I think, is going to be between Clint and Rafael Ortega. And what else was I just thinking about? Am I going to remember? Maybe that was it. What are we going to do with Jonathan VR? He wants out of the team. He's not really performing. I don't mind moving him. And then having Dixon Machado just back everybody up in the infield. It's not like VR was really playing a utility role for us. This is what it's showing as our options for VR. But we could always dig deeper. So that's what I'm thinking about going into next episode. I'm going to take us to the All-Star break next episode, and we are going to figure out center field, and we'll figure out where we can ship our boy Jonathan to. We've also got David Bote coming off the IL pretty soon here. So if Wisdom, we've got some decisions coming up. Really with everything, our bullpen, our rotation, because we've been free falling. We're 14-20. We are now 15-31, 1-11 in our last 12. So we'll see. I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.